Oop, there it is.
Yeah. So, yeah. Whoops. Now I know. Um, now we might have to put those two pieces together
Oh
because they
yeah,
need to
of
understand.
course.
They're gonna be laughing. They're gonna be like, "Them niggas really went and talked about it."
Yeah,
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 came back
yeah. You
on.
had to
Yeah,
come
yeah,
off the air real quick, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. No, because
I mean,
it was very interesting. So, anyways, yeah, I'm in the process of becoming a life coach, and I was thinking about you know certain aspects of what the classes are going to be about, and the freedom or just probably just where my mind is because nobody else told me this. I'm just thinking about it, and
mhm.
or the is it on vibrate?
Oh, my phone
No, what is that? Is that the remote?
was vibrating.
Oh, I don't know. I thought I heard vibrations, but
Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's this.
okay,
That's exactly what you said.
okay. So um, I was thinking about you know like the environment and how things you know have if since we're aware of all the stuff that we talk about all the time, uh basically like you were saying the world's burning because they're doing this that and the third blah 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 blah.
Right, right.
Can we start to attribute these toxins, social toxins, can we start to attribute to the reason why people are or do the things they do, or that they are just a part of these things in general?
Right.
You know, like how can we start to express that we're caught worrying about the problem than trying to fix the problem? You know, more often than not. And I mean, it sounds simple, but it is a it's not easy to pull off.
Right. Because if it were, we'd be doing it.
Right,
You
right.
know. But it's also like we were talking about, like you were saying before, like growing up. It's also been that. That's also always plays a factor in why we can't do something new, because if we all start the same way, and it's all a trap, then we're all kind of in the same trap.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not even changing the whole dynamic at the beginning.
Right.
The environment doesn't change, so we're all still in the same space. I actually made a TikTok about that. Right, I made a TikTok. And I was in my car, and the car was smoky or whatever, and I
Mhm.
was like, this is where we live. It's smoking, and we're enclosed in a space. We might have car keys, we might have clothes, whatever,
Right.
but this isn't even like what the real world is supposed to even look like. We're not even supposed to be in a car in an enclosed space. Like,
Mhm.
we should be able to roll down the window or let all the smoke out at least. But then I was like, no, at the most, we should be leaving these systems behind. These old ways of growing up, these
Mhm.
old habits, these old like things that clearly aren't working.
Mhm.
If it's breaking down so many people, and so many people are depressed, and so many people are not working, and so many people don't want to work, and so many people don't care, why are we still trying to use the same system? Why are we still trying to use, like, oh, go to school and do this and do that?
Right.
Oh, go over here and go to college afterwards and get into more debt, and now even more people are unhappier. I mean, more people are unhappy, or more
Mhm.
people are depressed, or more people are talking about, oh, I got all these bills, I got student loans, I got this. Like, obviously, you didn't change nothing.
Right.
You stuck in the same cycle everybody else is going through. You're just happy that everybody else has student loans. Like, but you shouldn't have student loans.
Mhm.
Like, you should be learning this stuff for free. Honestly, like, knowledge should be free. Like, stuff should be like readily available all the time if you want to know about it. And I
Right.
mean, it is, and it has become that because internet and all. And it's, hey, like, whose fault is this that we don't utilize the internet the right way?
Mhm.
Were we taught how to use the internet? Like, were we taught, like, oh, this is the internet, this is how I mean, we at one point it was that, at one point it
Mhm.
was that, but then now everybody's like on it for quick 30-second videos, or a quick 40-second whatevers, or a quick minute here, or who's doing this to this person, or who's doing that to that person. And I'm telling people all the time, like, yo, the internet has everything you need to really find out what you're looking for. but you have to look, and we always talk about that. We always talk about discernment and all that. You already know what we do,
Mm-hmm.
but we have to change.
Because think about it. I was watching this thing that was saying like, the internet when it first came out was not this. It was not a bunch of, you know, ads or trying to sway this and that, and every opinion is being thrown in your face, and everything's just right there. No, the internet used to really be like, I'm going to Google real quick. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, it was, and when you went on the Google page, it was nothing on it. It was just plain. It was just whatever, and you just go about your day. There's no way, like no swaying you one way or the other, and that's not even just that, but every other thing. Like most of it was just whatever. It was just a blank slate.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing else.
It was unbiased.
Yeah.
Or not controlled, or we had freedom.
Right, and or not specialized towards you because you've watched this many things. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, none of that stuff was happening. It used to be just whatever, the same page every time. You know what I'm saying? Every time. You know.
And there were mad other search engines. There was what? Remember Ask Jeeves?
Yep, Jeeves. Oh my gosh.
There was friggin' AOL search. Like, you could go anywhere and get the information. Not go anywhere and get information, but it was like,
shit. Ooh. My bad.
But it was like, it was simpler. Like, you got what you were looking for. Like, I need directions over here. Boom, print them out. Boom, you got them. I need to get, I need movie times. Boom, you looked it up. Boom, it's right there. Like, however it was, but it wasn't, buy this, or distraction that, or you need to be, or have you looked in the mirror lately? You lose 90 pounds.
Right, exactly.
That shit used to break your computer. You'd be like, damn, another ad.
For real.
That was it.
For real.
But, like, I don't know. I mean, aside from all that, like, everything just became so constricted or restricted, or
we got so many options that we don't know what to do with ourselves.
True.
A lot of that goes on too. It's just everything's right there, readily available, and you get to, like, okay, there was a point of actually living life and traveling around so you could find that shit. Not when you just want to know it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There was a whole point of that, because you're supposed to go through the journey to see if you're supposed to be knowing about that. You know what I mean? Instead of now, I go and look at this thing, right? And let's say, I want to know how to freaking do architecture, but I'm like 5 years old. I look at that, right? And now I'm, because I got the information. Oh yeah, this sounds good. Oh, this looks great. Oh yeah, wow, I could really do this. Wow, I was just playing about being 5, but just think about, but think about it just in that type of terms. Like, you're basically a little kid in the situation because you want to know something new. You're looking up something, so now you go get that information without having the background, I guess, of working for it, so you can actually understand why you're even asking this question. You just basically took a shortcut, and now you're like kind of pompous or whatever type of way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know it all. Little,
arrogant, or just, and then you'll stick to it, thinking you know something because you went and looked it up on the internet.
Right.
Not to say the thing on the internet is wrong, but now it's that instant gratification that we all seek all the time. You know what I mean? That's it's crazy. Like, we don't want to be moving slow. Like, we don't want to just take our time. I don't know if that's the
we don't want to, like, really make sure, or not make sure, well, even that, make sure it's a credible source. Like, make sure it even makes sense to what that's even saying. Like you said, nobody wants to go get the experience because nobody wants to do the work, which makes everybody lazy now and argumentative, and basically, like you said, just call it what it is. Know it all. It's like, come on, I know what it is because this man on here said it was this and it worked for him. Okay, what did it work for you though?
Right. So you don't know.
Right. What did you do? Did it? And like, well, it doesn't matter. I don't need to do that. But you do though, because how you gonna tell me this is working and it don't work for me because I didn't get the right exact quality or the right whatever. But well, that's what he said to use. Okay, well, I guess it didn't work for me.
Right.
Thanks for that. Now I'm disappointed in you because, or you're disappointed in yourself, and now you act like you don't. You know what I mean? Now you're
Right.
down on you because you think you don't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not even that. You're the way you were taught and the way you think things work is just not the right way. Not that it's not the right way. It's just you could have did it better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you could have set yourself up for not for this. You could have set yourself to avoid this. You know, and now look at you. Everybody's disappointed in you,
Mm-hmm.
and you're disappointing in yourself the most because you thought this was the right way to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, things happen, people happen, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we gotta figure out our environment. You know, figure out why is it like that. Like, how do we help the next person to be like, okay, well, listen, there's another way to do this. There's this over here too. You gotta show them, right?
Exactly. Because that all wrap, yeah, and it really does all wrap into one. Like, people gotta understand, just in general, everything that we've been learning is a separation from what we already instinctively know what to do. Like, imagine now a dog, like we teach him, I don't know, how to do some kind of trick, like some kind of barking trick. Now he has to think about barking
Right.
before he just used to bark. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we learn things, we have to, after we learn them, we have to think about them. Before we learn them, we're just doing them.
Right.
So, you know, a lot of people have to understand that because of that, it opens the doors for so many possibilities for people to interpret things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm using the word interpret because this is the words that we use. You know what I'm saying? So even that, you know, is gets questioned. But to me, it's like, why do people question interpretation? Like, we should already understand that anybody, like, we say that, you know, if somebody says, "Oh, I'm just like you," you will be like, "No,"
Right.
because you are you, right? So
Yeah.
now somebody else is going to, you know, imagine that from the other side. You know, that same person is going to be like, "I'm me. Like, this is why I think this way." And yeah, we might share things in common, but I'm this way.
Right.
You know, because of X, Y, Z. I'm everything I ever went through right now, happening right now in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So who's to take any of that back? You know, all those, and you know, and I always say, like, that's why it's harder for older people to make friends, because not hard, well, I don't know how I hear about it is like how I, you know, interpret things for people.
Yeah.
The older you are, it's harder to make friends because a lot of people are quote unquote set in their ways, you know.
Yep.
And it's not their fault. We call it set in their ways, but to them, they just, I'm alive right now. Like, I'm just living. Like, this is what I came up to, you know, and you just meeting me right now.
Right.
And it's up to you, if you want that person to be your friend or want to have a relationship with that person. It's really up to you to at least open the door to say, hey, like, that's fine. You know, you could be you right now, because right now, I like you. I want to work with you. I want to do something with you because what you are right now. I don't really actually, whatever you did in your past is actually important because it made you who you are right now, who I want to talk to. So shout out to that negative experience in your life. I know that probably sounds weird, but people have to start thinking about life in this type of way. Did the world blow up when you met this person? No. So there's probably something that you're supposed to do with this person. It's not, and it's not to review his life. That's not what it is. That's not why you met that person. You know, is to do whatever that person can do right now. You know?
Yes. Like, come on. Like, why are you here? Like, why are you why are you still here? Not still here as in like whatever, but like, I feel like if you see it as like this person's around or this person's still around and you're like, why, whatever, like, obviously, like, you know, you're trying to figure it out, right? That person it's another game. It's like another level, another whatever. Like, you know how in video games you play Grand Theft Auto or whatever, right? You go meet the homie Lamar or whoever, you know what I'm saying? You do the one mission, he tells you go get a haircut, you get a haircut, you come back, he's like, oh, okay, word. all right, moving forward. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is a drive-by. Da 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 da. And they go do that, and they come back, and he's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. So you just keep moving up the ranks until you either learn that person and you want this person around or whatever, or you learn that person too, and you move accordingly with that person. You don't literally have to get rid of everybody just because.
Right, because they didn't like satisfy you and whatever personal need that you have. Like, people gotta understand,
Right.
like, yo, like, some of the shit that you go through is on you. Like, it's on you because you want to have feelings about it.
Right.
You want to have. You don't want to look. You were not trying to be 100% logical. Yes, I know people's emotions and everything is connected to the whole system. So I'm not gonna diss you for it. But I'm just saying, like, come on, you have to keep things in perspective. Like, have priorities in your life. Like, like, was that little reason really a reason to not keep working with that person or doing whatever, or not even that, not even keep working with them, to even open the door in the first place? Like, you don't even know.
Right.
You don't even know freaking what they really actually have to offer. You already just heard or just seen or just smell or just whatever other adjective you want to add on to. You just did that, and now, oh, I'm not gonna da-da-da. But why do you think that everywhere you go, people aren't doing that to you? Why do you think that? Why do you think, what makes you say that you're so desirable? You understand what I'm saying? It's people like to flow to people who are a nexus in this society, a meeting place of all doorways. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people want to be around, because, and guess what? If you're that, you freaking understand that shit. Where that's what everybody wants to be around, somebody that could at least connect me to somebody, because you're already open already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You may not even have 100% or even freaking 15%. It doesn't even matter. What do you do? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You're a plumber? Okay. So you might know some other craftsmen. I don't need a plumber, but you might know some other craftsmen.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Like, you don't know everything, and if you don't know everything, you should, well, at least, like, I don't know everything, so I'm trying to learn or get in a better position into where I can learn something more or something useful. Like, it's not about, oh, I need to go ahead and, because also too, I'm never trying to get over or whatever. Like, that's another thing. Like, people meet people now that they don't even know out or whatever, and they're already trying to plan how they can get over on somebody,
right?
Or how they can, how can I play this person, da da da. Like, all right, that's crazy. First of all, second of all, you shouldn't even think that way.
For real.
You should be moving accordingly in the first place. So if you do think that way, move accordingly. You don't gotta cut everybody off. You could start being like, well, okay, this person does this or this person does that. I'm only gonna hang out with this person for a couple hours, and I'm out of here. Or we can chill, just not, but I don't know why. I don't even know, because it's so crazy to even think about it that way in the first place, when you should just be chilling and just go hang out. And it's a good time, great, I'm out of here. If it's not a good time, you're not gonna see me the next time, but you may see the time after that. But I don't know. It also sounds so crazy and terrible at the same time. But that's logic speaking. Like, if you think about every angle, like, you would think this too. You're not thinking, oh, this person hates me or this person da da da. Like, I don't know. Whatever. That's too much of the environment playing on me right now.
Yo, and it's always. Yo, and that's why I say the system got me too. I'm admitting it. Like, it's got everybody. It's not. I'm not trying to say anybody's holier than thou, or I'm trying to say I am, or anybody else. I'm trying to say it is a whole process, and the less angry you get at everybody else, the easier we can get through this.
Exactly.
The less annoyed. You have to understand that somebody else is living a life, unless they're doing something really to you. Again. Even if they are, you should probably ask, what am I doing for this to be done to me?
Right.
You know what I mean? Where am I? You could be like, oh, well, I just went to the store, but okay, did anybody tell you not to go to the store today? Or did you have really a reason to go to the store today? It's not your normal day, huh? I bet it's not your normal day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You see? See, but that's what I'm saying. People don't think about that stuff. I, on the other hand, yo, there used to be a whole time where nobody, I mean, nobody was going out on Friday night. Like, I don't care what you were telling me, I
Right.
wasn't going.
Real talk.
Why not? Why not? Yo, every Friday, I swear to God, something was going down. So, listen, in order for me to not be a part of that shit, I'm not going to the shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, boom, done. See, act accordingly, move accordingly. Like, you should be able to tell. You should be able to tell, like, what is and what isn't. You gotta be able to listen to yourself. Like, these feelings and gut feelings and whatever's, and you get this type of feeling before you go to somewhere or whatever. Like, that shit's a real thing. Like, you may not believe it, but that's a superpower. If people are always asking, "Oh, where's my superpowers at? I wish I had." Like, you think a gut feeling? You think that? Oh, my spices are tingling. Oh, my gut feel. Like, come on, guys. Let's just really think about it.
For real.
It's all right there.
Yo, I was saying that, like, yo, y'all don't even understand how many powers we actually have. It's so actually crazy. It's ridiculous. You're already moving a body.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You're already think about it. Like, I'm gonna move my hand right here. I'm gonna just open my hand. I'm gonna close this shit. Like, think about that, bro. Like,
And that's huge.
that's crazy style. Cause, you know, it's just that's just too crazy. Just you guys are wanting more than what you're already doing. How you not even seeing this greatness right here? This is greatness. This is amazing. This is the best thing that ever happened.
Ever. Like, you know, and it's natural too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so natural.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have this. Like, and people, you know, like, I don't understand how people don't really think about it. Like, where did this come from? Or, like, why do I have this? Or, you know, even just the, like, you know, always go back into the environment. Like, why am I putting this food into my body? Why am I listening to this music? Or why did I, speaking of music, did you know that, obviously you know, you're a musician, that the, was it 420 something hertz is like supposed to be like opening, like we're supposed to listen to music on something 420 something hertz, but the Rockefellers or somebody changed all of it.
Yeah, I heard it was 432.
It might be that.
Yeah.
I think it's 432, but then they changed it to either 420 or 440 or some shit like
it's
that.
441.
Now, yeah,
around that.
Right? So now that is supposed to actually keep us down in our consciousness, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. People don't know.
Yeah, because it's a waste of not a waste, but it's an expenditure of energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that it brings you down, but it makes you down because it's an expenditure of energy to even to interpret it.
Right.
We're going. It's like you're putting in stuff that's like basically wearing you out. You know what I'm saying? You're wearing yourself out trying to keep up with that frequency when we're over here doing this. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Doing what we're doing already. And remind you, like you said, they switched it up. So that means it used to be on the normal shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So there was no problem with it. There was no problem with it if it was on that. Because I don't remember. I hear people from olden times songs today. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
So what do you mean?
And I be sitting here like, yo, this shit is banging. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and now, you know, when I heard that, I mean, I haven't looked into any of the hertz and everything, you know, recently.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm gonna start looking, like, cause some of my favorite songs, I be sitting there like, yo, nigga, I be going in, like, starting to dance, like, yo, this is making me want to get up, making me want to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, especially, you know, if I'm in smoking or if I'm like in the vibe or whatever, or, you know, under any other drugs, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, music is like ridiculously amazing. So now I'm thinking, like, cause everything's been tested, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and like, even just saying that everything's been tested is wild. Like, everything you ever done is ridiculous, is like been done before, or not been done but been tested. So this music right here has obviously been played from mad people before it's been put out, unless you're independent, unless you're this, unless you're that. But it's rare, you know. All those mainstream things, they're put out there for you to act a certain way. Oh, this is for the club, bah, 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 bah. And you're like, oh, I need to go buy a bottle. Again, environment doing shit to you. You know. But people don't think that. People don't think, oh, every day is Every day something's happening to you for you to think a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Or influence you in some other way to be like, damn. But
Exactly.
but you're not thinking. But nobody's thinking subconsciously, or nobody's thinking deep enough to be like, this is influencing me.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I beat my kids? Oh, it's not because I want. Oh, well, because I got beat when I was little. Duh. But you're not thinking, oh, because I was little, I'm gonna beat my kids. So obviously, you know what I mean. You're just thinking on the frontal, on the first piece of, well, this is what it is. Not thinking, well, when I got beat, this came out of this too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nobody's worried about that part.
That's what I'm saying. So, and that's why I'm like, I'm always baffled by the people that get so shocked. Like, oh, if you get, if you get spankings, whatever, you're gonna be hateful or whatever. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to the extreme negative narratives.
No, of course.
And I'm like, and I'll be like, I'm so baffled because then I'll be like, oh, I got spankings, and you're talking to me right now. What are you talking about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And people overlook the fact that just like how I just judged you in the extreme of the negative, but you don't feel that way or you aren't that way, the same way how the other side is, like how they went through. Why can't people understand that it's not the worst thing you think of when you hear certain things?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There shouldn't be like a negative connotation. Doesn't mean extreme. It could be just negative, like, oh well, I don't know. Why can't it be that? You know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
But like then you know, and then you go on TV or you go online, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go check out these things that are all around you, and you're like, then you start seeing shit. Obviously, because everything's tailored to you, you know. But we'll talk about that another time. Obviously, you should know that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we'll go on internet right now. I'm sure. Oh, have you been abused or have you been da 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 and whatever? But you're thinking in your mind, abused. No, I was disciplined or whatever. But some people would be like, oh, you were disciplined? You got abused when you were little, da da da. So you're gonna not obviously saying all abuse is the same, but abuse is obviously, you know, that one of those words.
Abuse,
right? It's one of those words that people use. So everything is there. So then you're gonna be thinking, oh, I was abused. Oh, I was this. Oh, I was that. You know, and now subconsciously you're like, this, all these symptoms because I got abused, but in the person's mind back then, they were disciplining or teaching or whatever. So now there's a whole conflict there. So now it's like, well, what do I say? So now you're broken down even more. Mm-hmm. You know, but you're not thinking of all the things that this taught you. You're not thinking of all the things that this made you, or like made you a better person, or whatever. Everybody's so stuck on how it's making me crazy. It's making me, I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to make fun of nobody, but I'm just saying, like, that's what people are thinking. Like, because me too. Listen.
Right.
Like, I think about it all the time. Like, listen, what did I do? I got drunk last week, right? What did I say? I think I'm an alcoholic. I think I got problems. Da da da. Nigga, no, you don't got problems, bro. You just, nigga, just had a time, bro. Like, what the fuck? Everybody gets drunk. Everybody goes through it. Like, you don't got a problem because you, whatever. And then what happened? I go back and thought about it. Oh, well, yeah, you're right. Because, bro, like, nigga, this is like 3 times the alcohol than one random regular beer that I be drinking.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't got a problem, nigga. You just didn't read the bottle. Oh, you know, you're not a da-da-da-da-da-da, all these negative connotations that comes with that word. You know, you're just you just was stupid that day.
Exactly.
Well, damn. You know. Well, I gotta fucking pay attention next time. Yeah. That's it.
it really be that simple.
You know,
and it's once you get in the consumption of these words and what you've been taught to believe them to be, or the combinations, or your personal emotions from them in general. That's when you start to sink down because you feel that way. You feel like it's a negative. You feel like it means this. You feel like that. So you are turning into that because you feel that way. So you have to understand, like, oh nah, this is just a whatever, right? Like you said, oh, that was just me. Like, next time I gotta look out for this, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The same thing. You know. freaking, you gotta, you know, just keep these certain things in mind that your mind is so powerful. It's not even a joke. You
Exactly.
know, you don't have to fall into addiction. You don't have to fall into depression. You don't have to fall into these things if you understand that there is a whole matrix of things going on. And I say system, but I really mean a system. Like it's like a this happens and that happens. This happens and then these two things are gonna happen. And then
Yo, what they used to call that shit? Oh my god, it's so crazy because all the stuff you're talking about right now, we learned that in like elementary school, like growing up, science class, cause and effect. I don't think it was that, but consequences, something like that. I don't remember, but sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But it's just like my brain's like, yo, this, hey, you're finally using this in class that you learned, bro. Listen. You know, and like I don't know, critical thinking and all that. But
and I feel like emotions, sorry, but like emotions or I won't say emotions, attachments to certain attachment to things within a system like that. That's crazy. If you really think about it, if I'm telling you, and most people and everybody actually agrees that they're not in control of everything that's going on, why are you mad that things are going on?
right,
You know what I mean?
right. Like you didn't do the shit. It wasn't you.
You wasn't there to start it.
Right.
You don't know where the bus driver came from.
Thank
You just know that your bus just is pulling up.
Right. You don't know what he went through that morning.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know why he's late. You didn't ask. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody asks no more. People, again, people put the titles on in your environment. You know, you watch TV or you watch this. Oh, this person's just their occupation. They just go to work. They just this. Like, there are so many shows beforehand, right? Before this, how many shows have you, like, you know, before this time or whatever, like, how many shows have you seen where it was like, yo, that's what you look like outside of work? You're a teacher. Da 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 da. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a person. Just like you, da da da. Like, it just because I'm a teacher during this time don't mean I'm not a person. You know, and people forget that that's what that is. So people go out and they disrespect everybody. And then they're like, well, why do I have karma, bad karma? Da da da. Because you are mean to people. You're not mean to a grocery store worker. That's a person. You're not cussing out a gas attendant. That's a person. Who also has energy, who now you're doing all this extra bad whatever. Of course all that energy is going to come back to you. The world is energy. The world, everybody's, you're wishing bad on you because you did something bad to them. Come on. Are we dumb? I mean, we're not dumb, right? We're thinking. We can think. We can do this. Critical thinking is a thing. Write me a 5-page paragraph. 5-page paper. Or a page paper with 5 paragraphs in it. What? The intro, the outro, and the body. I can do that. I get you all the reasons you need. I think about these things. You know? And the fact that people don't think about these things, baffling to me. And then they want to be mad, like, oh, why are you cussing me out? Like, what? What are you saying?
Am I cussing you out though, or
or are you just not thinking hard enough?
did you just do something? Right? Are you not thinking a lot hard enough? I like that one actually.
Are you just disrespecting me?
There's people out here making idle threats on our freaking peace
all day, like daily basis too. And you be talking about, oh, let me get that fruit. Let me get that fruit, man. See, yo, and you know what's even crazier when people want to talk about the man. Yo, the man's out there, bro. It's the man. The man's gonna get you, dog. The man is a group of people, bro. There's never just one person. It's always been like, oh, nigga, that's the, and you know, like always people always just made it seem like it's just one guy. Not just one guy, but one guy. You know, the man. Or whatever. I don't know. All these people looking for somebody that don't exist. Because it's a business. Because it's all the entities. Oh, caught that nigga. But, I don't know. Life is, it's just always going to be crazy. until we change, you know, change our environment, change what we do, change how we see people. Bang. Oh, you lucky. God, this nigga. Oh, you lucky. Oh, you know it. Oh, he took that last step. Oh, crazy, bro. Who does that? But yeah, we like, you know, so we just talk about environment, and it's just how. Ooh, caught that. It's just different. It's just different, man. You know, and at the end of it all, we all have the power to change everything. I was listening to this thing the other day. Not this thing, TikTok or whatever. But see, like, I use the internet so different. People use it to find whatever they're looking for. Obviously, their interest in whatever. But I feel like people need to figure, like, just look for things that make sense, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But who's to say that doesn't make sense to them? Like, I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. Y'all do y'all thing. So I was looking up things that I like. You know what I'm saying? My interests. So, anyways, the dude was saying, "Oh, if you're stranded on an island or whatever, you know, and there's an apple, are you gonna pick the apple or are you gonna pick money? Like, right? You know, let me get to the basics. I don't remember the whole thing, but he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna pick the apple, duh, because you know I can plant the seeds and you know." Boom, 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 and make this shit happen, and you know, grow some plants, grow some trees, apple trees, and you got trees now. You got trees for you know, you got trees and food. Okay, great. So now you see some birds, and the birds are flying over the horizon, and obviously like they're coming from somewhere, right? They're not just over there. So what are you gonna do now? You know, you're gonna pick. What are you gonna do? Like, how are you gonna figure that out? Are you gonna pick money or you know whatever? I'm just using money, or the choice is just to make the thing smoother. I'm not. I don't remember what he said. Mm-hmm. Dude was like, "Oh, I'm gonna cut down the trees and you know build a raft and go over there." Blah blah blah. So he was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So you find civilization, you reunite and da da da, and you write a book and all that shit makes you money. Mm-hmm. Great, right? So what was more important? You know, now you got the money, or was the money more important? What was more important than that whole thing? Oh well, it had to be the apple because the apple gave me everything. It made me eat it. You know, gave me the whole the raft and the trees and the shade and all the housing for the island. The dude was like, "Nope, you are the most important thing because you were able to make the raft. You planted the seeds. You made that shit happen. You made the choices, you know, to better your environment. Based on your environment, you made the choices to make to you know to get you where you need to go." And like that just, you know, obviously it's so crazy because that tied in literally to what we were talking about just now, like the environment and what you do and how you see things. You know, like you know, people see irons as you know, like, oh, you straighten out your clothes with that. Okay, well, some people cook food on that shit, and some people hot plate on it, and then they cook their food. Like, you can't be mad at people for being like, oh, you're doing it wrong. Like, no, they're resourceful. They're learning. They know how to use different things. Like, the way you're thinking is just one-sided. So you're gonna have a whole iron and probably mad water in your house, and you'll probably fucking starve because you didn't know how to boil water and go out. You know what I mean? Like, because you had an iron, you could plug that shit in and be like, oh yeah, it's boom. I don't have an oven though, or you know what I mean? Like, you gotta start thinking different. Start paying attention. You have everything that you need around you to live.
Oh, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, we get so caught up in these terms or words or ideas, what they really all are. Ideas, consensus. We get caught up in the consensus.
Yes.
We got caught up in the consensus. Like, so think about it. Consensus. That means it came to a vote, right? Or it came to basically a vote or statistics. But wait, hold on. It came to that. Think about that term. There are percentages involved. And then nothing is 100% guaranteed. Right. We already say that. That's a phrase we say, right? Nothing's 100% guaranteed. So that means there's other percentages out there that do the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Period. They didn't just vote for it because they want to just do it. I mean, vote just to be a contrarian. People out here saying, "I can do this. You can do this.
Right.
This is possible. Doing this."
Right.
You know, just because something is a consensus doesn't mean it's for you. You could be part of that 10%. You just wasn't there. They just couldn't reach out to you, because usually the consensus got what? The most money.
Yep.
So their message is going to obviously be up in the front because they know how to get in the front.
Exactly.
Oh, this rope right here, that's the that's the consensus.
This rope right here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, people, I really, it really is, like I said, baffling to me every time I see people not getting that. And when I get caught in that, I always get mad at myself because it's like, dang, like, whatever. And I just, I just go ahead about my business because I also know I don't have to get caught up in that either.
Exactly.
So I can just go, and people say, oh, you're so cool, you're so chill. Yeah, because I don't
give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck, but I give a fuck in a certain way. I just give a fuck in a certain way.
Yeah.
Why are you not giving a fuck? Yeah, obviously, I don't give a fuck means that's some limiting mind shit. Because now you're not caring about nothing. No, you're supposed to care about stuff. You just don't. You just gotta understand where you're fucking up.
Exactly.
That's it. Don't even blame nobody else around you. You are there.
Yep. And it was you messing around. You did this.
And sometimes people be like, well, no. Sometimes your fuck up happened 2-3 months ago, my nigga.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And it just now playing out.
You know what I'm saying?
So you've been messing up, my guy.
That's what happens when you get caught up in attachments to shit. Because wicked forces are gonna see that you fucked up and make it look nice, so you stay till you get the fuck up. That's karma. Sometimes the other side is making an investment in you to see if you will fuck up.
Exactly.
And once you do, it's like, yo, I want that. I'm gonna let it simmer right now because I'm dealing with somebody else's fuck up right now.
Right.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you put it all together and it's like, yo, like, you just gotta take that L as a charge to the game. Straight up, you have to take it. It's nothing you could do about it. Don't take it to court. Don't cry about it. That just happened.
Don't take it to court. It's your fault it happened.
And it's how you really have to think about people. I really feel like a lot of people don't think about their own stuff that they're doing. Like, yo, like, that if I know everybody and I had a chance to talk to them, they would tell me your worst shit they know about you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They would, and it's like, not that they don't like you, but they're gonna tell the shit that I don't know, that you're not telling me. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna say things not even on purpose. They're gonna say things about you that you're not saying about you. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And they're not. Everybody has their perspective. You don't know how I'm gonna take it, but you're telling me the things that you think I would like to know about you yourself.
Right.
They're gonna say things that you didn't tell me, that you want to hide, not that they are trying to keep hidden. They're not trying to keep hidden. They're just talking.
Based on their experiences of you.
Exactly. And I'm observing that. That's how I know my freaking mind, bro, is on some higher, extreme high levels. But it's like, I'm just a regular person. I didn't make this happen. I'm just aware. Like, I'm just like, yo, looking at stuff from as many principles as possible, which when I think about it, it was the purpose of communication and language, but it's not for everybody. Some of y'all gotta be grunting. Y'all in y'all emotions, y'all in y'all body language. Some of y'all supposed to be doing that. That's what y'all supposed to be doing, not talking, because you don't understand the shit. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know what's really happening.
And it's really crazy. You do, but you don't. You don't in this circumstance. You do if you were doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't see dogs and shit flipping out because they're doing what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. I'm not calling you a dog or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, yo, you got to be doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be going along in life in a whole different way. Because there's people that have mastered this communication stuff to a whole other level. And if you're not willing to pay attention to that shit, you're gonna get played because other people are paying attention in that shit.
Exactly. And that's where we're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody already is paying attention to that. Well, not everybody, but like the people that are supposedly in charge, the people that are taking all your money through taxes, and the people that are just taking your shit all day and you're just giving it to them. Those people understand. Like, they got you done with the environment. Again, with the language around you. Like, I saw this video again. I found one. I actually shared it. They were talking about how when you register your house or you're paying a mortgage or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you're paying when you buy your house and you mortgage it or something like that. You become the tenant. You're not the owner.
Mm-hmm.
So you're paying the mortgage to the government or whoever owns the house. Well,
Right.
how does that make sense? If you already bought the house, you own it.
On top of property taxes.
Right.
On top of that.
So like once you register the shit or once you put that shit in name or put a deed or something like that, like they can tax it and they tax it and they tax you and then that's how they get you and you pay it, you know? But that's the environment. That's language though. Like, oh, if you don't do this, we can take you to jail. Like, okay, but do you know enough language or do you even know enough research or history to know like that's not true?
Right.
They just do that because they're told to enforce the law. They're not here to, you know what I mean? Like, it's wild.
Yo, and it's crazy. Speaking of these things you're saying, that's why, although I find it very interesting, I appreciate the emergence of this knowledge about Black's Law,
Black's Law, yeah.
law dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, and all the terms and stuff that they have. I appreciate it, although I'm gonna continue to be wary of it. But that's just me choosing to do these things.
Right.
I'm not trying to pressure nobody into doing or following along what I'm saying. I'm just telling you that's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate its emergence because it's giving me insight onto the I guess the opposition. I guess the opposition's mindset onto certain things, or how I can play against my opposition, personal opposition,
Right.
because of these things. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. It's not even about, trying to fight it. It's about how to use it, because that's what
Exactly.
y'all are saying. This is what it is, right? So this is what I'm gonna do with it. And when you see for your own self that everything you say comes into question, then we can have a real conversation. But right now, I'm gonna show you the flaws in your ways. So I'm going to use this against you and use this to the benefit of me, and see that and show that, hey, the only thing now is to really reveal who you really are, if you're really evil or just misguided.
Yep. Exactly.
That's all it is now, because you got to think about it. That's why they want men to be effeminate, and that's why they want men to be talking about their emotions all the time and worried about this and that, change and all that stuff. They want men to, specifically men, but I mean men as even humankind, what we will call humankind, what we were taught to call humankind.
Mm-hmm.
But specifically males, but men though, not just males, men. They want men to be these type of ways, because we lose the spirit of wanting to fight, wanting to stand against anything that tries to hold us down.
Exactly.
You guys always put in our faces we're supposed to be the protectors, or whatever of the family, head of the family.
Right.
There are responsibilities that go along with that when you accept that role.
Exactly.
It's not a game no more. It's not a questioning, not a doubt of myself. There's people that are counting on me. And if I see that something is a wickedness or a detriment to my family's growth, let alone my own, then I'm going to say something about it.
I gotta do something.
And you to sit here and just try to beat me down, that's just another enemy to me. In reality, I'm gonna try to reason with you, because I'm still try to be a good person. I try.
Right.
I try.
Right. And that's the problem. Like, I just don't understand why, like I said, more and more people don't understand what's really happening. Like, this shit it's not really, everything plays a part. It's not a game, but you're playing. And at the end of the day, you're gonna lose because you're playing along. This is a losing game. This isn't a game that we should be playing. This isn't a game that we should be a part of. And yet, everybody wants to make money still. And yet, everybody still wants to do these rich things or become this, I don't know. I don't know what they want to do. But I just know that we should all just be working together. The fact that nobody wants to work together, it's all separation. We shouldn't be separated how we're separated, I guess. At the end of the day.
Right. And it's so, like I said, it's such a simple thing like we're saying, but it's like I get it too, because people are gonna be like trying to prove a point of basically saying it's not simple. I get that it's not simple, but it has to be keep being said. It has to keep being reminded to everybody, because from my perspective, there's people that are getting caught up. Exactly. It's like, yo, like no, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's simple though, so let's work on that. We could work on that. Stop being mad. Stop taking things personal. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like on that type of level, let's say doing it specifically to you. You know.
Exactly.
That's how the world used to be already, as it was, and a semblance of that. Even though but right now, what it is right now, this is trash. This is way too much like pressure.
This is the worst environment.
I'm not even for this. I don't care anymore. I really don't care. Like, and that's what they want. They want me to really actually not care.
Right.
And it's just a whole bunch of work now. When it used to be simple conversations. Imagine like you used to be able to do something very easily, and now somebody came through and basically is trying to run the place on you. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you was at your job, whatever. You guys all had your own culture already ready to go. Then you get a new supervisor manager that want to just switch everything up. Like that's what's going on right now.
Exactly.
That's really what's going on.
That's how it's been. Like that shit happens on a daily basis too. Like people, like how many times like people will get jobs. People like, oh, I fuck with this guy, and he's like, yo, they kicking me out. And you're like, no, what? Nah, I gotta leave the job. Like I don't want to be here no more. What the hell's the point of being here? But I don't know, man. It's just everybody wants to be, like I said. But it's not even that. They're and speaking more environment, like movies, like the movies out right now have literally taught everybody. Well, not taught everybody that, but it's putting everybody together. Like okay, like the Squid Game movie, or a Squid Game show, or the Squid Game Netflix show, or whatever. Like that's about a show where people are in debt or whatever, and obviously there's people that have money. Who has money? We know who has money. Those people who just want to do crazy shit to people and for and have basically they're competing for money, playing like games, like children's games for money. And if you've seen it, you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, you can go watch it. I mean, don't go watch it because it's popular. Just go watch it because you're actually interested in it. But it's ridiculous. And like people are playing these games, obviously if you clear the level you go on to the next level, but if you don't clear the level you die. Like, you know what I'm saying? They kill you on the spot. But people are signing up for this because they're broke, because they need money, because they're in debt. And how many people right now in the world are in debt because of this whole crazy bland bull demic or whatever that they got out there? You know what I'm saying? How many people lost their jobs? Like people are still in debt. People need to pay, or people are still worried about things that are happening. Like people are gonna lose their jobs now. So if if all the movies are part of the environment and they're teaching us these things, like who's to say that this might not be happening already, or it's gonna happen even more?
Right.
Because everything that everything that exists is you watch it, you play it. It's part of your environment. Like they get the familiarities and similarities from what goes on in life. Like you can't make a gang movie without studying gang life. You can't be like, oh, this is a hitman and this is how he would do this, without being like, oh, I met a hitman and this is how he does this.
Right.
Like, oh, this is Jeet Kune Do and I'm not gonna do some ninjutsu or some crazy shit and be like that's what it is, because that's not what it is.
Right.
So I'm just saying, like, that's more shit that's part of the environment that is like really not. I mean, there really is brainwashing, or really got control over people. Because if you think about it, first it was the crate challenge. Now it's the Squid Game. But nobody was watching these Korean movies before this. Nobody was watching all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm talking about like the like Black Facebook and Black Twitter. Like, they're making jokes about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're talking about it, and it's just like, have y'all always been talking about this shit, or is it something that now something to take your mind off of something else, or you know what I mean, like a distraction or whatever? Because that's been out for a little bit. Like, who put that out to be like, oh, this first the first post that now everybody's on it, you know?
Right.
How are you getting all these people to be like, yo, let's post about this, share about this, 9 million likes, da 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 da, like, because I mean, in that movie they got the checkerboard floor, but I'm just saying, whatever. You know, nobody want to talk about that though. You know?
Yo, for real, and it's really intense, because even if you caught them, it's already too late. Even if you catch them, people think, oh no, that can't happen, because there's regulations, there's rules, there's people. Nah, it already happened. Right. They got you thinking that there's rules and regulations, thinking about that. If we already said that we shouldn't have no rules and regulations, they are, and then they're in control of it. They're not living by any rules or regulations. Those are for us. Right. That's it. All of those things that you follow is for you to follow. You follow them. You know what I'm saying? I don't follow them. You know, and I'm trying to tell you not to follow them, but you want to follow them. So all right, follow the rules.
Right. Go ahead and pay that tax.
You see how that is. I just told you a rule right now. Say, follow the rules. Follow them. And you see how much authority I have over you by you hearing me saying that, and you continuing to do that moving forward, because you showed me that you're easily manipulated. You're a controllable being.
You're a rule follower.
You know, rule follower, doer.
Right. And like,
snitch. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. You probably won't snitch, but I'm just saying, and I'm just being like funny in a certain type of way. Like, I don't mean that in this as extreme as I'm saying. It was just saying like, yo, that's what it really boils down to. That's how they look at you. Oh, you're doing that. Oh, okay. Right. You're gonna do that. You're not even arguing.
So you're gonna do this.
Oh, you're telling your kids about this too?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a wrap, my nigga. We got this whole fam.
Why wouldn't I keep you scared of breaking them? Why wouldn't I keep threats upon you? Oh, police. Oh, jail.
Right.
Oh, all these things, because you're too scared to lose anything for yourself.
Exactly, because you think all this shit matters. Because they got you thinking this shit matters. Like, that nigga went right back inside. He said, fuck all of that.
Yeah. I seen what happened.
But yo, that's what I'm saying, man. The amount of things like in the environment is just ridiculous. The things that you know, just like, I don't know, like the things that just play a part on you and you don't even know it, and you're just thinking, oh yeah, this is just regular. This is what I just do every day. I do this shit. Like, no, you shouldn't be. But do you know that you're capable of so much more? They only show you, like, they show you superheroes and everything. You don't think that there are people out there with superpowers and shit? People don't think that. People don't think that their environment. You are your environment. You're part of your environment. Blah blah blah. Like, I don't know, man.
For real.
I don't know what else to think. I don't know what else to tell people anymore. Everybody's doing their own thing, but everybody needs to do their own thing with everybody else together, so we can all come together and make amazing shit happen. Stop living in the same old. Like, only do that because everybody follows the rules, like you said. So,
see, even saying that is a separation of what it already is. It already is amazing. The fact that we're having experiences in general. You guys already say we're just a mind, a consciousness, an energy, whatever. But we're not just an energy. We're energy doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see energy. I see lightning come up and down from the sky. It's not doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So we're more than just an energy. Don't downplay it than just that. We're also, a consciousness. But we're also a consciousness or with feelings, emotions, and thoughts and all these things of downloading into this thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's already amazing. We don't have to do anything. Well, we have to stop being so I don't know. It's like taking it all personal. Like it's not just about you. You know, it's not just about you. You know, you have to look at it like damn, I didn't see that coming. You know what I'm saying? Like you really have to
Right.
look at life like that. Like
Right.
you don't have to be like, oh, you want to do that? Okay, no. Just be like, oh, don't, because you don't know why they did that. You don't know why. You just know the result of their life, results of things that they've done. You know,
Right.
up to that moment, and definitely, things that piss me off. I'm gonna talk about it. Things that piss me off is when people find out about other people's past and then they just immediately just go go wild on them, whatever which way, whether it's cut them off or cuss them out or put them on blast. Like, okay, but clearly you like them for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You dealt with them for a reason, and you have to understand that. Hey, are they doing that right now?
Right.
Are they doing that right now to you?
Right.
You know? Oh no. Then you need to figure out why you're in that situation with that person, and then if things go left on you, you have to understand that that is your responsibility
Mm-hmm.
through and through. You know, people gotta take responsibility for their freaking existence, as well as acknowledge it, because you're doing something in this whole thing. You're
Yep.
doing something like whatever it is. You could think that you live in the mundanest life, but this whole shit is bigger than you. So you are doing something that you don't even know what you're doing. But you don't think about it. Just do it, and don't be mad at other people because they're also doing it. Like maybe there is a reason that person is supposed to cause conflict right now, and it has nothing to do with either one of you guys. But it may be to get somebody else's attention about something else.
Exactly. See?
You know.
And how many times has that been a thing where people are like, "Oh, I was only using you to like, blah 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 blah." Like, oh, okay, cool. I don't know, man. It all just, at the end of the day, you just gotta figure out who you are, where you stand, and what you wanna do, and what you should be doing or not be doing. I don't know, man. It's just you gotta figure it out for yourself, but be a good person all at the same time. All at the same time. Yo, they are taking out trash right now, and I can hear that shit.
Right. That's the competition. We just throw them out, in the trash. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They take them out clean, keep our streets clean out here. Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
Getting rid of all that negative energy, all that BS.
yeah, ops, all of them in the trash. Take it to the dump.
Bro.
Um,
But I just, huh?
no, I'm saying there's so much to unwrap about these things we're saying, like, because it's really like, some people think that they got it, but it's not even that. It's that you have to constantly have it. You don't get it and then put it down. You know what I'm saying? You don't get it and then just go back a part of it. Like, no, you have to get it and understand that and live that way. It's a lifestyle, like, to not give a fuck in a certain type of way. And it's definitely in a certain type of way, because you like aren't supposed to be giving no f's about this, because this is all just fake. But in reality, there is reality, so you have to respect reality in a certain type of way. So you have to give a f, give a flying flev on it. You know what I'm saying? Because really and truly, if you put it together, you're still a part of what is going on. As much as you want to acknowledge it, you are a part of it. So you have to really move, like you keep saying, move accordingly,
Right.
and give your goodness to it. You know what I'm saying? You have the goodness now by it. You have acknowledge of it. You have the anti whatever of this. So you go and like infuse with other people. Bring that alive. The last thing you should be doing is cutting off. They want you to do that. They
Right.
want you to do that.
Right.
You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to bring other people around. This is just the time for that. You're a white blood cell now. You know what I'm saying? If you want to look at that, we was talking about body parts. You know what I'm saying? You're that now. You're healing.
Man, healing the society and the environment is definitely necessary. But yeah, just like I said, we coming up in that whole 1 minute, a whole hour mark. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I just want everybody to really think about their environment. Where you grew up and how you could change it. How you are contributing to your environment. Are you making it better? Are you making it worse? Do you know what you're doing? And like, I don't know, just pay attention more. Just pay attention more to what's going on, what's influencing you, and what is really important to you and what's not important, I guess.
Yes, that was beautifully put. Because that's what it is. It's so simple. Like I keep saying, it's simple. It's not. I'm not saying it's easy though. It's going to take work and continuous work. It's not something you once you get it, you put it down. You keep it up. You do it forever till you go on to the next. You know what I'm saying? You transform into the butterfly that I know you are. Beautiful. Oh my god.
Beautiful split, beautifully splashed.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, man, shit. You ain't gotta go home, but
The party's over.